Good morning, how you guys doing? It's Mike back with the thought of the day on May 14, 2025. First, I want to give honor and praise to Ahaya Shor Ahaya Bahashem Yeshaya Ruach the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Then I'd like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today I want to talk about the 12-foot statue of the black woman that's at Times Square. You guys knew that I was going to talk about this. What I think about it, I didn't hear both sides of the argument and the debates that go on about the situation, and I just look at it as it's not a situation when people laughing with you, is people laughing at you. You know what I mean? I just look at the depiction of the woman like that, and it's something that the powers that be wanted to put out there for several reasons. You know what I mean? And it's sad that our women that champions this type of behavior and this type of presentation don't even understand that the whole emphasis of this is to make it seem like that this is an identity of how all our women are, and all of them are not like that. You know what I'm saying? All of them are not bossy looking and mean all the time and this and that, and this is the reputation. And then you have some that's so proud and so arrogant and so wanting to be set apart from the man and have their own identity, that they champion such a thing, not understanding that they're the butt of the joke. And it's another sense of them trying to push the feminine movement in our community and further separate us. Like I said on numerous occasions, we have the only race that identifies separately. You know what I mean? We have the only race where the the women identify themselves separately from the men. It's not about the black family, it's about the black woman. You know what I mean? And what they have and what they don't have. It's like they have their own movement separated from us. No other race of women even has that chain of thought about themselves. And it has a lot to do with the trauma and things that we went through in the past, and it has a lot to do with the pride. And men played a part in this too. I recently listened to like the R&B songs that through the 80s and 90s, and some of the 2000s, and everything was about just putting a woman on a pedestal, and all she had to do was have some beauty, and a man would give her the world, give her the world, give her the world. So we conditioned them to be how they are now, and then they just pass it down to their daughters in such a way. So the things that we thought were pushed to us to being beautiful and super romantic turned into being idolized and them being honored like they were gods. I even saw some Egyptian dudes say that the black woman is God and this and that. And so all of this narrative has created division and created such an image. And now this is what we have. You know what I'm saying? And Hollywood and things of that nature, they pump the narrative. You know, as soon as I see Viola Davis, I think that's her name, I already know what's the role of the woman gonna be. She's gonna be mean. She's gonna be non-cooperative. She's gonna be the person that want to take charge. I looked at the Jordan movie, and they had her making all the decisions, and the father was all silly and goofy acting and this and blah blah blah. I seen it. I'm like, look at this. Look how they portraying this. The brother is all silly and goofy, and the mom is the smart one, and she the stern one, and she's making all the decisions and this and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I think that more women need the instead of looking at this statue thing as a pride thing, I think they really need to speak out and start talking about how that doesn't represent every black woman. You know what I mean? And it's a shame that that people of other races feel that comfortable to even portray something like this in the middle of Times Square. You know what I mean? And it should be an opportunity for some of our women that's struggling with that kind of spirit that it seems like the person on this statue symbolizes, to want to change, to look at that statue and say, damn, this is what they think about us. You know what I mean? You can be strong. You can go through some certain things without displaying that kind of anger and things of that nature, and having that look. And she got her hands on her hips like she's ready to just tell somebody about themselves and this and that. Like, it's sad, man. And it's even more sadder that some of us are so caught up in the pride of it that we can't see the real picture of it. This is Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.